It's nice, nice, nice. Let me show you the chances here. This is how they time out. And really for Kansas City, it's close to sunset, really 6 to 9 p.m. If you've got stuff going on outside, just know that you may bump into some showers or even a thunderstorm. This is what it looks like on the First Warn Future radar. About every run that we get, now a run is these update every 6 hours we get a big update, but they also get minor updates every hour. And every time that we get an update, it's looking less and less. So yesterday it actually looked like we had some pretty good thunderstorm potential, but now it's just real patchy showers. This is not a big deal. We may see a thunderstorm here or there, but there you can see the idea. I'll show you the chance for severe weather. And it's low. There is a risk today, but it's low. And there you go, level 1 out of 5. And the thing is, we could have a storm sneak in there that's got some gusty winds with it. It's not expected, and it'd be nothing widespread, but it's possible. Okay, so there's the story for that. Now let's look ahead to Wednesday. And Wednesday has a rain chance in it too. So let's show you this. Sorry, I'm trying to bob around here to get you. There we go. So Wednesday's going to be really similar. It's a nice day too. And we see the possibility of a little bit of morning rain. But in our latest updates with this, it's even on out of here. So Wednesday's looking rather nice. Again, low 80s, some sunshine, good outdoor weather. Then Thursday comes in, and we're at 77 for a high. Rain-cooled air is looking more likely, and we're first warning that this is not locked in. Things have been jostling around here. But it's looking more likely that we have some impacts from this. So what's the story there? Essentially, this is one of our computer forecasts. We look at a bunch of them, and we're just starting to get within range of our high resolution, the real good stuff. So it's been a lot of longer range, which, you know, we have a few primary ones that we look at for that. But whenever we get into details that really matter, which they do with this system, then high resolution, shorter term computer forecasts are really good. This is one of them. And notice it's got some pretty healthy rain coming in on Thursday. An inch, inch and a half, that would mean in and out of downpours, not necessarily all day rain, but you may get some waves coming in that are on the hefty side. On current timing, this is how it looks. Now, let me preface this by saying what has changed, because yesterday it was looking like we had a developing system, but it's not, right now there is no system. Our computers are trying to figure out whenever this would get started. And they were saying Friday this would be forming and moving through. And this is always something that can bring question marks in a forecast. New infant systems that haven't formed yet, the computers don't handle as well. And we're seeing that here because now they've moved everything up by about 15 hours, which has big impacts for Thursday, and they're making it a little bit stronger. So, you know, this, until we actually see this thing get forming, the process of that beginning, then there's going to be these little battles among our computer forecasts. And I'm going to show you that there's battles here still. We're not completely locked in on anything, other than it does decidedly look like this is going to form on Thursday, which would mean on current timing that we could have some off and on rain. This is kind of worst case scenario for Thursday. The walk, you know, the Orange Army, the double-decker bus, off and on rain. That's about when this is getting started. The worst of it, the core of the rain could be downpours, like maybe some lightning in there too. That would be by about kickoff for the match. That's 6 p.m. And then it may start to fade back a little bit as we get more into the evening. 9 p.m., the U.S. match, we've got some watch parties. Might be a little bit more spotty by then. So that's sort of worst case. All hope is not lost here, but I'll show you this as well. All right, you can see just some of our charts and how much rain they put out. And you can see Thursday really stands out. Something else that stands out is the focal point for heaviest rain is south of Kansas City. You can see where we've got the oranges popping up there. North, they're not looking to get much. So KC's, like it usually is, kind of on that line, and that makes for a more challenging forecast, but that's just usually how it sets up. With that, though, we are under the risk of some heavy rain. It's possible. And it's a medium chance for flash flooding. So this is on a scale of 4. This is a 2 out of 4. So just heads up with that. Now let me show you the scenarios here. How could this play out? Well, this is one of our computer forecasts. And it's, you know, both of these are good. They're both good. It just, they each simulate the atmosphere a little bit differently. And this one is good news because it is holding rain mainly south. We hope it goes this way. It certainly may. Now, it's still got rain on Thursday, so that's something that, again, we're locking in. This whole thing's been drug forward. But this computer is weaker with the system, and it's got it a little farther west as far as where it's locating the storm during the day. Whenever I say the storm, I mean the low pressure system. And it's close. It's close. But hey, we could get by with that. So we'll see. Now, compare that to the other one. This is one that every meteorologist looks at every single day, and you see the difference in placement. It's got the core of this thing passing right over KC, and that would be right at match time. So what happens next? Our computers are still going to run these simulations over and over and over again. Each of these computers has a whole bunch of different, like combined, it's going to be 200 different possible solutions. And that gives us this range of possibilities. And they will begin, especially now that we're within a few days of this, really honing in. We've got the timing. Now it's the strength and the location. And that's what we're fanning out next. That's what we're starting to work toward next. And we'll likely be able to give you more answers about every 6 hours. We get updates with these. And as soon as we see them, we'll bring them to you. So if you've got, Thursday and a lot hinges on how's the weather going to be, just know that we are watching this very closely for you. As soon as we see this change, we're going to bring it to you, okay? Anything that happens. And for now, we're hoping it's number one, but we'll see. Now we get past that, and here's the temperatures. We're below normal all week as far as high temperatures go. We're in the low 80s to upper 70s even. And then you factor the humidity in, it's still not bad. It feels like 80 on Thursday. It's not going to be a hot day for the match. 86 on Friday, heat and humidity combined. But, oh no, here comes the weekend. Saturday feels like 95, humidity surging up. Temperatures are surging as well. They go up on Sunday, humidity goes up as well, and you're feeling like 100 to 105. And this looks to me to be the beginning of a heat wave that we will kick off kind of on Saturday, but really settle in on Sunday. Now, it's common to get heat waves this time of year. It's, the end of June. We're kicking off July. We expect it to be hot. And this isn't anything unprecedented. This isn't anything too far out of the normal. Here, let me get you the full graphic. But once this week we're enjoying cool. You can open up your windows and turn your AC off. I'm just letting you know that's going to go away. And we're going to start acting like the 4th of July is around the corner, because it is. And Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I think most of next week, probably into the 4th of July, going to be pretty steamy on us. We have another match. It's on Saturday. Got to watch for some thunderstorms there too. They look very widely scattered or isolated at this point. We need to keep an eye on them. But odds and coverage don't look all that significant as of this point. So, but we see that, things can shift and jostle and move around kind of like they have for this one that we're watching on Thursday. So there's the update for you, everyone. Hope that that's helpful. We're going to be bringing you more. Our next one comes in here rather soon. So we'll be posting that as we go throughout the rest of the morning and the early afternoon newscasts. And then we'll have more as we get into our evening newscasts. So rest assured, we're going to keep you up to speed. That's what we do with First Warn Weather. As soon as we see, you see. Okay, have a great Tuesday. Enjoy this weather. It is something to behold. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
One Westport shop is turning two. One Westport shop is turning two and going all out. We're talking.
Welcome into KCTV 5 Plus on this Tuesday morning. I'm Janae Hancock. The time right now is 11:10 here with Bill Hurlbrink. Bill, how's it going?
Good. I'm glad you said Tuesday because I was off yesterday because we were in on Saturday. So yeah, the week is already off to a weird start. I haven't said Monday on TV yet, but I think I've said Monday to a couple of people here
happy Monday.
in the TV station. But yeah, it is a Tuesday in Kansas City, and again, just another big week here as we get ready for our it'll be third World Cup match on Thursday, and then it's going to be halfway done of everything we're hosting here in Kansas City.
Taylor pointed that out to me yesterday. I'm like, yeah, you're actually right. We're almost there.
Almost
and
there.
It really just got started. So we are going to jump into everything World Cup related in just a moment, but we do want to start off with this story. If you happen to miss the morning show today, a judge could decide today whether a Kansas City, Kansas man goes to trial for killing a police officer. Dennis Mitchell III faces a capital murder charge in the death of Officer Hunter Simoncic. He took the KCK officer who was deliberately run down while trying to stop a fleeing suspect last year. Prosecutors want the death penalty. Mitchell is due in a Wyandotte County courtroom at 2 this afternoon, and we will bring you any developments as soon as they happen on air as well as online.
Well, the driver is dead after a medical emergency sends an SUV crashing into a Kansas City school bus. Police say the red Toyota was speeding southbound on the Paseo yesterday when it slammed into the parked bus out in front of Tolbert Community Academy. Officers made no mention of students being on the bus at the time, but they tell us that bus driver did suffer minor injuries.
The debate over tipping may have reached its tipping point in Kansas City. Many restaurants added auto gratuity across the board over fears international visitors wouldn't tip the same as Americans during the World Cup this summer. But now Manny's, which is a popular local Mexican restaurant, is leading the charge and doing away with the auto gratuity. And the ripple effect could impact you the very next time you go out to eat. KCTV5's Gabby Luma joins us with more details, as this was a major sticking point for businesses just a month ago.
Well, that auto gratuity you may have seen on your bill dining out over the last couple of weeks, it is not mandatory. And that is really what restaurant owners, but also the Missouri Restaurant Association wants you to know. If you see those numbers on your bill, you are able to change them. But the biggest difference here is that the difference between auto and mandatory, they are large. So knowing the difference between those two could really help you save some worry or even frustration at the table. Auto gratuity automatically shows up on your bill once a restaurant adds it, but you're able to change it based on your experience. A reminder that tips do go directly to service staff. They aren't taxable. And the Restaurant Association tells us some restaurants throughout the metro are seeing big booms, while others are struggling a bit more than anticipated.
If you didn't want to pay the auto gratuity, you didn't have to, but it kind of helped the folks from foreign travelers to understand what our tipping is all about. Go out and enjoy the restaurants. There's a general rule, the city is open for business. So go out and bring your family out and enjoy the hospitality Kansas City has to offer.
Wherever you do choose to dine out this summer, tip how you see fit, but do remember that all of those service workers, they rely on those tips to make a living. Reporting from the Crossroads, Gabby Luma, KCTV 5 News.
We are hosting 4 World Cup teams base camping here in Kansas City, and one of those teams is playing today. That's England. They're taking the pitch this afternoon. The Three Lions facing Ghana in Foxborough at 3 o'clock. They're coming off a dominant 4-2 win over Croatia with Harry Kane netting 2 goals. A win today would put England in the driver's seat to top Group L.
And soon the World Cup is back in Kansas City. The Netherlands will face Tunisia Thursday at Kansas City Stadium in a high-stakes group stage finale. They have been training just 20 miles away at their base camp all week long, and a win or draw puts the Dutch through to the knockout round. Kickoff for that third match is set for in Kansas City on Thursday at 6 p.m.
And this is going to be something I don't think that Kansas City has ever seen before. You're invited to the party, Casey. Thousands of Dutch fans are set to march through downtown on Thursday from Power and Light down to Crown Center. Then they're going to board that iconic orange bus over to the game. Patrick Baker is president of the Dutch Club of Kansas City. He says you don't have to be Dutch to join in.
To go to your local retailer, buy an orange shirt, and march with us, because it's just a party. It's not like the Royals parade or the Chiefs parade where you stand on the side. You just tag along and party along with us.
And Kansas City is scrambling to find some orange ahead of Thursday. I know I am. The Dutch wear orange to honor the royal family, even though it is not on their flag. Stores across the metro can't keep orange shirts on the shelves right now, and Charlie Hustle on the Plaza sold out in a single day. Jennifer Brown owns Vintage Style KC in Parkville, and she says she's on her 4th order.
Orange is just not a like, for whatever reason, we just don't wear orange. I mean, our kids wear orange. I had a guy come in and he goes, I looked all through my closet for orange, and he goes, I found something for my little kid, because you might put orange on your little kid, but I don't think we're just normally wearing orange.
Okay, Bill, I do have a lot of orange in my closet,
Same.
but for a different reason. So if you need that orange shirt, Charlie Hustle says that a new order hit shelves this morning at 10 at their Plaza and Oak Park location.
And just a reminder, Janae is from Denver, Colorado, so that might be why she has some orange. I have an orange tie I'm getting ready to break out for Thursday. Again,
there
not
we go.
really a big supporter of the Netherlands and the Dutch team, but I'm excited they're base camping in Kansas City, and I'll support that by wearing my bright orange tie on Thursday. But if you're planning to go out to the match on Thursday, here's some good news. Kansas City's shuttle system, it is getting better. So ridership jumped nearly 19,000 to more than 21,000 between the first 2 match days. And trip times, those dropped dramatically from over an hour to just 30 minutes or less. 5 of 6 park and ride sites sold out for that second match, so make sure you plan ahead and buy early if you're thinking about going out coming up on Thursday.
And if you missed Fan Fest this past weekend, you've still got plenty of chances to get in on the fun. The party returns to the festival grounds Wednesday with a big orange celebration, of course. Gates open at 4 p.m. and stay open until midnight. Fan Fest also continues Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And this might be my favorite story that's come out of the World Cup so far, is that Algeria, they're a winner on the pitch, but Lawrence, Kansas, is winning hearts all around the world. So Algeria beat Jordan 2-1 last night in San Francisco, and their base camp, of course, is in Lawrence. They've really sparked a show of support that's making international headlines. Chandler Watkins has that story.
Rock Chalk Algeria!
You can't walk through Lawrence without seeing Algerian flags, shirts, or colored lights in the trees on Mass Street.
Algeria is our home team now.
I have people messaging on my Instagram and social media from Algeria all the time saying thank you for making these shirts, thank you for supporting our team, thank you for welcoming them and making them feel at home when they're here, which has been really, really cool.
Rock Chalk Algeria!
I'm not surprised that we've opened our city and our arms and our hearts, and I've just really loved watching the world fall in love with my city.
To root this team on has just been the honor of our community.
Ruth DeWitt says the reaction from Algerian fans, Lawrence residents, and the world has been beyond anything they could have imagined. She adds there's also sister city discussions currently underway, ensuring this friendship continues long after the World Cup ends. Reporting in Lawrence, Chandler Watkins, KCTV 5 News.
And Algeria is coming back to Kansas City. The team faces Austria Saturday night at Kansas City Stadium. Their final group stage match kicks off at 9, which is a late game.
I know, no joke. But at least it's on Saturday, so maybe we can stay up and watch it a little bit. Because all of us early birds, we go to bed like at 6:30, 7 o'clock, so we miss all the fun stuff.
9 p.m., even on a Saturday, I start getting a little tired. Like, okay, I need to check it in.
But this one still would be a fun one to watch. And I mean, the best thing about soccer games is typically they're over in a couple hours because, you know, you obviously have 2 45-minute halves with a little bit of a halftime break and whatever stoppage time is. So, but looking forward to that matchup on Saturday night again when you have your local team that's base camping here playing in the stadium here. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch.
Just the excitement of it all. Alrighty, well, that'll do it for your local news headlines. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be sitting down with Jaslyn Summers. We'll be taking a look at everything that's going on nationally. Alrighty, thank you so much for staying with us. We are now here with Jaslyn Summer.
Hello, hello. Always happy to be here.
Yes, we have everything that you need to know as far as your national news headlines, and then also, Jaslyn, what's trending, which we're going to get to in just a bit. But we do need to jump into the very latest as far as what is going on here nationally. And we're talking about Nancy Guthrie first.
Yes, we are. So there's a sad development in the investigation into the disappearance of NBC Today show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. We're learning that one of the notes believed to have been sent by Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers said she died shortly after her abduction. Red Binion reports.
New revelations about the abduction of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of NBC Today show anchor Savannah Guthrie. According to law enforcement sources briefed on the investigation, a note sent to media outlets in February after Guthrie disappeared said she had died. It came after an earlier note demanding millions of dollars for ransom. Investigators believed both notes were legitimate communications from the person or people responsible for the kidnapping.
The first note, which comes from the same source as the second note, had certain details about the home.
According to law enforcement sources, in the second note, the kidnapper or kidnappers said they did not mean to kill Nancy Guthrie, but that she died shortly after being taken from her home near Tucson, Arizona.
Basically said, you're not going to hear from us again. You know, our business is done. Sorry it worked out this way.
At the time, the family responded with an emotional video on February 7th. The contents of the second note were known to CNN and a Tucson, Arizona television station's local news department that received both notes.
At the request of the FBI and at the request of the family, kept the contents of the note confidential.
Now, more than 20 weeks since Guthrie was reported missing on February 1st, the Pima County Sheriff's Department says the investigation remains active and ongoing. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
A story we will definitely continue to follow. Now, a major piece of legislation is getting closer to becoming a reality. On Monday, the Senate passed a housing affordability bill, the largest of its kind in decades. The package, dubbed the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, it comes months after talks between members of both parties in the Senate and the House of Representatives. This bill focuses on increasing supply, lowering costs, and stopping private equity from purchasing single-family homes. Leaders in the House have shown support for the bill, and it is expected to be voted on there soon. President Donald Trump previously signaled that he plans to sign it into law.
Wow, that could be really helpful. The Federal Aviation Administration is launching new AI technology to manage flights. Monday, the FAA, we're having a little bit of issues with our video, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like we're having some technical issues.
Well, that's okay. If you just want to put my face on.
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Okay. So what I've got here is the FAA is enlisting in help from AI. And like I said, they're launching the new technology to manage flights. Monday, they announced that a new contract with Boston-based Airspace Intelligence, or ASI, to deploy two technologies to assist controllers. The agency says the systems will lessen flight delays and cancellations by identifying congestion before it happens, which might be a little helpful. Officials say ASI will analyze weather, airport capacity, airspace conditions, and operational constraints. It's expected to be fully in effect by the end of 2028. So we've got a little ways to go, but the move is the latest step by the Trump administration to modernize aging air traffic control infrastructure, which I think is very interesting. Katie Bird and I have talked a lot about AI on our What's Trending segment, because there's always something new happening with AI.
That's right.
I feel like this could be helpful. And I mean, they already have the, what is it called, autopilot when it comes to, air traffic, whatever. So I think this could be something helpful.
It's just crazy to think where we are as a world right now. The fact that artificial intelligence has taken over so much, and I feel we depend on it for so many different things. So this is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it just yet, but I do feel it is very interesting. But I do know how I feel about this next story, Jaslyn, and I think it is pretty cool. So soccer superstar Lionel Messi made history on Monday, becoming the World Cup's all-time top scorer. Messi broke the record for all-time goals scored in the first half of Argentina's match against Austria. It came 30 minutes after the Argentine forward shocked fans by missing a penalty kick in the 8th minute. Messi now has 17 goals all-time across 6 World Cup tournaments. Last week in Argentina's first game of the tournament against Algeria right here in KC, Messi scored 3 goals known as a hat trick, and we will never forget that moment. And again, it happened right here.
Yeah, I was in the newsroom yesterday when Messi missed the penalty kick, and everyone like gasped.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we had a lot of people just tuned into the game. This is huge.
Right. Okay, this next story really caught my eye. It's about bees. So a truck carrying 2 million bees crashed in Texas on Sunday, creating a very complicated cleanup process for workers. This video that you can see on your screen, it was captured by Queen Bee Supply. It shows the chaos that the workers faced to capture the swarm. Queen Bee Supply says that both professional and backyard beekeepers stepped in to help. Emergency services officials advised people living in the area to stay indoors following the incident. And I don't know about you, but I am terrified of bees and getting stung by anything that flies. So I would have most definitely been staying in my house and probably, you know, like, what is it whenever like you have like a tent over your house for like bugs? I would have put that over my house.
Jaslyn, I was itching the entire time you were reading that story. I'm not a bug person, definitely not a bee person. I would have lost my mind if this was the case. Literally, that is crazy. And just taking a look at this video, I mean, disgusting.
You ever seen Candyman?
Disgusting. No, and I don't want to.
Oh my gosh. I'm surprised you haven't. It's an older movie, but it's a
Are you trying to call me old, Jaslyn?
No, but it's literally about this guy. Like, he is it's a scary movie, obviously, and he like has bees like all over him and stuff, and it's just it makes my skin crawl, and that's what it reminds me of.
Well, I am happy that it not happened here,
Oh my
and no one was injured. It looks like they had it all under control. Well, that'll do it for your national news headlines, I should say, ending off on a sweet note. Get it? Honey? Sweet. All right, we are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with What is Trending. All right, go for it, Jocelyn.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome back to KCTV 5 Plus. I'm Jocelyn Summers with the lovely Janae Hancock.
That is not what we wanted.
I mean,
we are dealing with technical
Something's
difficulties
going on
today
with the computer, so just don't mind that.
There we go.
We're doing what's trending today, and you know what's always trending for me, Janae, is Love Island, because that is the only consistency in my life right now with me moving and everything. It's like at the end of the night, I know Love Island's going to be on my TV, and it's Casa Week.
It is Casa Week. Okay, so let's jump into it. What are your thoughts so far?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Lots been going on.
The introduction to Casa with the girls watching how the guys behave when they think no one's watching them. That was diabolical. And I think it was so needed. I think they did their big one with that.
Production.
Yes. Like, it happens every time with Casa Amor. The girls are always like hung up over the guys and like not fully like exploring new connections because they're so like, my man.
Yeah.
Like, and then their man's over on the other villa, like talking to everybody.
Yeah.
So I think it was
Jazz
a good
and Q for sure.
Yes.
I definitely agree. I think that production did really well this year. At first, I think they were kind of starting to lose me a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm over this, like back and forth. But that's why they brought Casa around so soon, because usually we don't get it this early.
No.
But now I'm like interested again. I'm like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen.
And
the girls had 12 guys.
Yes.
So I don't know. I think it's gonna get messy when they all come back together. It's gonna be very messy because I think they're all under the same impression, like I need to bring someone back, and then they're probably gonna bring someone back. So
I don't know though. Bryce was crying last night.
Yeah, which threw me off because I'm like, Trinity, they kept doing like the back and forth, and I'm like, she's completely moved on.
Yeah, I don't know though, because they seemed really like in a good spot before the whole Casa split happened. I think production again was just kind of like puppeteering it to make it look like Trinity's like doesn't care about Bryce anymore. But we know she likes him.
Yeah, I think she likes him, but I think again she's under that impression like I need to move on or I need to bring someone back because she saw how he acted the very first night.
True, and she did say that he gave her the ick. So
who gave her the ick?
Bryce.
Oh, after seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Yeah, no, I do think it's going to get interesting. And I also, tying this back here locally, I think now is the perfect time for these restaurants and these bars to have these watch parties because a lot of people are going to show up. So I know the World Cup is going on, but I definitely think now is the time to tap in with doing these watch parties again.
Absolutely. And you know, I was at Chili's last night during the episode, and I was wishing for the episode to be on the TV, but it was the World Cup, so gotta go to like a specific watch party.
Yeah, maybe we're asking for too much. I don't know, but I do feel this is pretty important right now.
Right.
Alrighty, well, also speaking of things being important, today is an important day, an important time. Amazon Prime starts today, June 23rd. They'll run through June 26th, allowing shoppers to sink into 4 days of deals. It is only the second time that Amazon has opted to run the shopping event for that long. And while not every deal requires an Amazon Prime membership, most do. So the discounts typically apply to products like electronics, home goods, and kitchen appliances. I do need to go on and see what in my cart is on sale right now. I always do this. And
this morning I got on Amazon and I've already made a list like
of what you need, what you're gonna get.
Especially because I'm moving. It's
that makes sense.
Literally the perfect time to have an Amazon Prime day.
Home goods, kitchen
and
appliances.
Since it goes until the 26th, we don't move in until the 26th. So I think like on the last day, I'm just gonna make like a huge order so it'll get sent to our new place.
But now I'm curious because how long is it going to take for these to get to me? Because I think that's always my thing with Amazon is it'll be Prime. But here lately when I've been ordering, it's been taking weeks for my packages to get to me.
Really?
Or it gets lost or something like that. So it's been a whole ordeal. But
you might just have bad luck because mine's been fine.
I know, thanks. And I would say maybe I'll just send it to you, Jocelyn, but you're getting ready to leave us. Alrighty, so let's continue on Instagram.
Yes, Instagram is exploring what they call call the next frontier for its app, and it might look a bit old school. So yesterday, the Meta-owned social media platform is now... Yes, they launched it yesterday, and the Meta-owned social media platform is now offering horizontal video on Instagram for TV. Instagram TV allows viewers to watch social videos on their big screen TV at home, and I honestly did not know this was a thing. The company soon plans to add longer form episodic storytelling and live creator experiences. The changes align with Monday's launch of Instagram for TV on Samsung TV devices, and I have to say I've never heard of this. And also I already kind of do the Instagram TV thing. I was talking about this yesterday. I just screen share my Instagram reels to the TV and watch it with all my friends.
But now it'll be like different sizing, like this one right here. So it'll take up the full screen, I would imagine, no?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I like it, but I do the same thing you do. I'll do like the AirPlay or just the screen mirroring. I'll do the same exact thing, but now I can just...
I wonder if it's like the reels are going to be on there though, or if it's only specific content that's for the Instagram TV.
We'll have to wait and see. I'm not really sure, but I do think that is cool. Again, speaking to the evolution of everything. And I also think this next story is pretty cool as well. Missy Elliott will honor the late Aaliyah at this year's Essence Festival in New Orleans. Aaliyah performed at the event back in 1995, the first year of the event. In 2001, the singer and actress died at just 22 years old when the plane that she was traveling on crashed soon after takeoff from the Bahamas. 8 others were killed in that crash. The Essence Festival takes place July 3rd through the 5th. Elliott's tribute on Sunday of the event will mark the 30th year anniversary of Aaliyah's album, 1 in a Million, which Elliott worked on. And I know they were really good friends as well. So this is going to be really, really special. So can't wait to see the clips and everything about it.
Another kind of story that might tug on some music fans' heartstrings. The legendary music producer Clive Davis, who discovered and developed some of the biggest music talents in rock and pop history, has died. He passed away yesterday, and he was 94 years old. Elizabeth Wagmeister looks back on his life.
I like music, but I was just a fan. I mean, this was totally by accident that I got into this field.
Janis Joplin, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, The Grateful Dead, Bruce Springsteen, Santana, and the list goes on. Clive Davis, known as the man with the golden ears, either discovered them or helped catapult them into music superstardom.
My parents died when I was a late teenager. I had no money to rise above the station. I studied law to become a lawyer. The fates were good, luck was in my way, and the firm that I went to work for represented Columbia Records. I became their general counsel for 5 years, and then overnight, I was made head of the company.
His knack for finding talent was almost immediately evident.
I sensed a revolution was in the works. I realized instinctively that this was a time that I had to trust and go with my instinct. Because the stereo revolution was over and music was changing, and it was going to be up to me, in effect, to move this company forward. And I think within the next 2 years, from the signing of Janis Joplin and Donovan and Blood, Sweat and Tears and Santana and then Chicago, and when they all hit one after another, and I was there making that judgment, and I saw them all come through, it obviously gave me confidence to keep going.
With me, it's just a natural gift, if you will, that I never knew I had. There's no metrics, there's no study. It's just both a combination of common sense, trusting your ear, and your instinct. How special is this?
Janis Joplin was one of his first discoveries.
There, I had a connection with Joplin. Whether it was trust, whether it was integrity, we had an instant connection.
And not only did Davis find all the right artists, he also found them the right songs.
Regarding Whitney, I was there when her career began. I discovered her when she was 19, and we embarked on this odyssey, breaking every record in the record book.
Davis was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1932. In a career spanning more than 50 years, he won 4 Grammy Awards, a Grammy Trustee Award, and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000.
And if you're a survivor, and in show business, whether you're an artist or as an executive, you've got to be a survivor, and you've got to rise above cold periods, you've got to come back.
Davis married twice and had 4 children. In 2013, he released a memoir called The Soundtrack of My Life. In it, he revealed that he was bisexual.
It wasn't that I was bisexual when I was married. This is something that only occurred after my second marriage failed. So for the first time, having failed in marriage twice, not related at all to sex, I opened myself up to the possibility of having a relationship with a person rather than a gender.
And though his golden years were legend, he said recognizing opportunity was the real secret to his success.
I was really in the right place at the right time. It was luck. I'm not being modest. It was luck that I got that opportunity. I think life is seizing those opportunities.
What a touching tribute to the late Clive Davis. He brought us a bunch of big names in the music industry, and staying along that track, someone who is doing really well right now in the music industry is Olivia Rodrigo. She just released her 3rd studio album, and we've got our Hollywood Minute here to talk about it. And spoiler alert, I really love her new album, so I'm excited to hear about it.
You're a spark in the dark, and my clothes will caught a flame. You should feel how I feel when somebody says your name.
Olivia Rodrigo seems pretty happy for a woman with a #1 album. You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love just debuted atop the Billboard 200. Rodrigo is also launching a new music festival in August that'll raise money for charities benefiting women and girls. The all-female musical lineup will include Chappell Roan, Stevie Nicks, and Doechii.
We come out of the lab with the intelligence of a toddler. Is that where the sun lives? And then we learn everything from our humans.
There you go. And then slowly...
Well, that's dumb.
A new trailer is giving us our first look at Jenna Ortega in Clara and the Sun. Director Taika Waititi's sci-fi film stars Ortega as a robotic artificial friend purchased by a mother for her daughter, who's suffering from a mysterious illness. Clara and the Sun hits the big screen in October.
It's your show. It's your creative vision. This is going to blow people's minds.
If you missed Billie Eilish's last tour, don't worry. You can now watch from the comfort of your couch. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, is now available to buy or rent on digital. Co-directed by Eilish and James Cameron, the concert film provides a VIP all-access pass to the sold-out tour. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.